Congratulations to all of you for promoting from class 7 to 8. This is our first video. This is our first learning session in this year, in this current academic year 2020-21. I am your biology teacher, and now we will be having one face-to-face session in a video. Now you are going to learn the first chapter of biology, chapter 1, the cell, structure and function, its structure and function. If you have a science book, it is in the science book, this chapter is the first chapter, the cell, its structure and function. Now you are going to learn a portion, a part of biology in somewhat detailing. You already know the organism is made up of cell. Organisms are made up of cell. That is the basic structural and functional unit of an organism. How can you define a cell? Just now I told you. Cell is the structural and functional unit of an organism. A cell has certain structure and it performs certain function. That is why it is called a structural and functional unit. There is a large variety of organisms on this earth. So each one of them have different shape and sizes, different form and structures. But all these animals have a similar basic unit. All these animals or plants or living organisms are made up of a basic structural unit, that is called cell. Can you believe it? From bacteria to African elephant, from a small fungi, non-green plant, mushroom, to redwood trees in California. All these means I am saying the variety of living organisms, from the smallest to the tallest to the largest. All living organisms are made up of these basic units called cell. These basic units have certain structure, I told you, and perform certain function. So you have to learn in this module what are their structure and function. So the learning objective of this chapter is to know more about cell, to understand more about cell, to understand more about its structure and function. Now we are going to explore more about cell. If there is cell, if it is the structural and functional unit, then who discovered it? Who discovered cell? When we explore about the discovery of cell, it happened in 1665. In 1665, a scientist named Robert Hooke observed these cells. He was observing slices of cork. Cork means the bark of a tree. He was observing some dead cells. He did not know in those times, he did not know that he was observing cells. He made a microscope by himself, and He was observing things under his microscope. By the way, he observed a thin slice of the bark of a tree, a dried piece of cork under his microscope. Then he noticed some partitioned boxes or compartments in the cork slice. This picture shows that honeycomb structure. This is called a honeycomb structure. Honeybees make their comb like this. So honeycomb structure he had seen in his under his microscope. And as they are little rooms, seen as little rooms, he called them cell. So this is the discovery of cell. After that, the improved microscopes were discovered. When improved microscopes were discovered, scientists observed materials under those microscopes, and they saw many parts of the cell also. So we will learn in higher classes about that. Now we have to remember this much. Robert Hooke, the name of the scientist is Robert Hooke. Robert Hooke in 1665 discovered cell, and he named cell. The name cell is provided by Robert Hooke. And after that, many scientists observed these cells. They have seen that organisms are unicellular, made up of only one cell, and also they are made up of many cells. There are different types of organisms. So on the number of cells, on the basis of their number of cells, organisms are divided into two groups mainly: unicellular organisms and multicellular organisms. Organisms made up of more than one cell are called unicellular organisms, and organisms made up of only a single cell are called multicellular organisms. Now you look at here, some examples are given. You can see many examples, because this universe is, or this earth is filled with living organisms, both unicellular and multicellular. There are so many unicellular organisms, there are so many multicellular organisms. Unicellular organisms cannot be seen by naked eye. You cannot see unicellular organism, for example an amoeba, a paramecium, a bacteria. So bacteria is unicellular, amoeba is unicellular, paramecium is unicellular, yeast is unicellular. You cannot see them by your naked eye. You can see them only with the help of a microscope. See, multicellular organisms, we can see them. A cat is a multicellular organism. It has many cells in its body. That is why it is bigger. And dog, birds, flower. Can you name some more multicellular organisms? Some more unicellular organisms? Explore yourself. Find the name of multicellular organisms in different variety. A plant, animals. Then you go to microorganisms. Microorganisms are also, you can see some are unicellular but some are multicellular. So find out them in your between your learning process. And now we can see variety in the shape of cells. Cells have different size and shape. Some cells are spherical, you can see here. Some cells are elongated, some cells are spindle shaped. So spindle shaped, the name of the shape. Spherical, you can understand, you can identify spherical shape. These are spherical shape. Spherical shape, these are blood cells, RBC, red blood cells. Now these are spindle shaped cells. These are muscle cells in our body, and this is a nerve cell in our body. Elongated, they are long, branched. This is a cell. So these cells are of different shape. So cells are different in shape as per their function, as per their location, where they are situated, what is their function. On the basis of their function and location, cells have different shape. And cell size can be very small size, very small cell. There will be a smallest cell and there will be a largest or longest cell. So you can see in this part, in this notes, the smallest cell named PPLO. You have to write it all, make a copy, and in between I am saying you make a copy of a biology copy, a proper biology copy of 200 pages or something like that, not a big one. Do not take a register for biology. A small copy, about 200 pages you can take, and you write the first chapter, name of first chapter, and write down these notes. You have to write the notes along with it. Afterwards you will get more workload, then you will not follow properly, then you cannot follow properly these notes. So write it down along with it. The smallest cell is PPLO, or it is named mycoplasma. PPLO, full form of PPLO is Pleuropneumonia-like organism. Pleuropneumonia-like organism, or mycoplasma. The another name of PPLO is mycoplasma. The largest cell is an ostrich egg. Egg is a single cell. Egg of any animal. Hen egg, ostrich egg, duck egg, or lizard egg, or snake egg, any egg. Egg is a cell. The example of a cell. Out of that, the largest egg, which one is it? Ostrich egg. So ostrich egg is the largest cell, about 17 centimeter in diameter or 170 millimeter in diameter. The longest cell is the nerve cell. Just now you have seen, this is the longest cell, nerve cell. Elongated, long branch, this cell is the longest cell. This is the nerve cell. And the longest cell, 1 meter, about 1 meter. Some nerve cells has about 1 meter in length. So this is about the size, cell size. Now we have learned these things, unicellular and multicellular, on the basis of the number of cells, variety in the shape of cells, and the size of cell we have learned. Now the main parts of the cell, we will learn this in another video. So write these notes, take down these in a proper biology copy, and keep it with you. You will have examination just after the reopening of school. So please learn properly. If you have arranged a book, then learn it. If not, then don't worry. We are giving sufficient notes to you. We will give, and all the best. See you in another video. Till then, bye. Thank you.